It is showtime here in LA. The Dodgers officially introduced their $700 million man, what Shohei Otani says helped him make the decision to join the boys in blue. And we love our InNOut here in Southern California, but how long would you wait for it? Why, some folks sat in a drive-thru line for 8 hours. We're watching The Rundown. I'm Adrian Arambulo in for Robin Winston, and more on those stories in just a moment. First, though, part of the 6th Street Bridge in Boyle Heights was shut down as protesters called for a ceasefire in Gaza.
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
This protest Thursday night was hosted by the Jewish Voice for Peace. Community groups joined the demonstration with about 100 people calling for a permanent ceasefire in Gaza. The group mainly stayed on the sidewalk but did spill into one lane of the 4-lane bridge. No one was arrested. Now, that protest follows this one that shut down the 110 in downtown LA Wednesday. Protesters linked arms on the southbound side near 3rd Street during the height of the morning commute. CHP ended up detaining 75 people in this demonstration. Well, the Dodgers have started a new era. The team officially introduced Shohei Otani at Dodger Stadium Thursday. Now, he made it clear through his translator that his priority was signing with a championship-caliber team. The Angels did not have a winning season in their 6 years with Otani.
When I had the meeting with the Dodgers, the ownership group, they said when they look back at the last 10 years, even though they made the playoffs every single year, one World Series ring, they considered that a failure. And when I heard that, I knew that they were all about winning, and that's exactly how I feel.
Now, Otani says winning is also the reason he chose to defer the majority of his $700 million contract. He says if he could clear room for better players to join the team, then he was going to do it. Otani is expected to be ready as the Dodgers' designated hitter on opening day, but not expected to pitch until at least 2025 because of his elbow injury. Looks like we're going to get some rain soon, so let's check in with meteorologist Belen de Leon.
Hi, Adrian. Before I get into our forecast, I just want to set the scene. You know, our rainfall season hasn't been very good to us. In fact, around this time of year, our average rainfall should be a little more than 2 inches, but we've only gotten 0.36, so we're almost at a 2-inch deficit. Now, our weather pattern change is going to change as we head into next week. Here's what I'm tracking. This is the calm before the storm. Enjoy the weekend. The weather will be dry and warmer through Saturday with highs running above normal. Now, even Sunday is going to be dry, but that's when the temperatures will start cooling down. Next week is when we're going to need the jackets and possibly also the umbrella. The chance of rain will start to increase on Monday. And when we take a look at the chance for rain for next week, that possibility will stay in our forecast almost every day as we step into later in the week. So time to start looking for those umbrellas because you're going to need them.
And we're learning more about the death of Brooklyn Nine-Nine actor Andre Braugher. The actor's representative confirms that he died from lung cancer just a few months after a recent diagnosis. Braugher died on Monday at the age of 61. The man accused of killing a Metro passenger in South LA was taken into custody, and now we're hearing from the victim's family. They shared these pictures of Jalil Hilera. They called him a talented free spirit with dreams of becoming a designer. The 27-year-old was stabbed at the Metro station on 23rd Street Tuesday. His mother says he then ran home for help and then died a short time later.
My son died in pain. The fact that he was inflicted, I don't know how many wounds he got, that to me kills me. That's the part that kills me. Know that he died by pain inflicted.
Now, the LAPD released these images of the suspect. They say 19-year-old Carlos Carrillo Martinez surrendered to police Thursday and was booked on a murder charge. Detectives say both men were involved in an argument before the stabbing. Martinez now being held on $2 million bail. And if you're traveling to Mexico over the holidays, the Centers for Disease Control want to warn you about a potentially deadly illness carried by ticks. The travel advisory has to do with Rocky Mountain spotted fever. A person from San Diego died from the disease after being bitten by a tick in Baja. A number of other people have reported cases as well. Quick treatment, they say, is critical. The CDC says the disease can kill within 5 days of the tick bite if it is left untreated. The way you buy a car could change, and we think you'll like it. No more hidden fees, mystery charges, last-minute price increases. That's if the Federal Trade Commission gets its way. The agency announced new rules that they say will protect consumers from deceptive practices. NBC correspondent Noah Pransky explains what this means for you.
I don't know about you, but I have never met anyone who enjoys the process of buying a car. Federal Trade Commission, though, wants to change that, at least make it more transparent, which is why they rolled out their new CARS rule, as they're calling it, the Combating Auto Retail Scams Rule, C-A-R-S, get it, CARS. What it will do is it will change the way that you buy a car starting next year. We're talking about transparency in pricing, no more bait and switch. The price you see up front will be the price you get. Transparency in financing, so that when you take out an auto loan, you know how much it will cost by the end of the thing. Transparency in add-ons, all those extra fees, you'll see them up front, and they're gonna ban the totally bogus fees. If you've, again, ever bought a car, you are used to dealing with things like document fees, reconditioning fees, conveyance fees, advertising fees, delivery fees, and then warranties sometimes that duplicate warranties you already have and cost you money, even oil changes for an electric vehicle. All of these things need to change, or at least be transparent, according to the FTC, which is why they have the new rule. The other piece of this new rule addresses service members, who are frankly quite often young, with a little bit of money in their pocket, and vulnerable to auto dealers. Young service members twice as likely to have auto debt as their civilian counterparts under the age of 24. In fact, 1 in 5 of them have 20 grand in auto debt by the time they reach 24. Which is why this rule also bans some misleading and deceptive practices that the FTC says they've seen from auto dealers who happen to be near service bases. No longer will auto dealers be able to pretend like they're affiliated with military. They're also not going to be able to threaten service members who might be taking out an auto loan about moving cars out of state, or rules about repossession that aren't transparent and forthcoming. These things, all told, the FTC says, starting next June, will make a difference, not just for service members, but for all of us the next time we buy a vehicle.
And new data shows that more students are graduating from LA Unified. In fact, rates are higher than they were before the pandemic. This year, the graduation rate is 84%. That's nearly 5% more than the graduation rate in 2019. 53% of students graduating from LAUSD have also met all the University of California and Cal State University requirements, and that is a record number. Well, actor Eddie Murphy is back in Beverly Hills. He returns to the iconic action comedy franchise that he made famous in the 80s.
Gonna be fine. They love me in Beverly Hills.
Detective Foley, you ever read your own file? Shootouts, storm the peace, a lot.
Please tell me you didn't get arrested again.
Twice, but I broke out.
Yeah, he is back for the 4th time in 40 years. Eddie Murphy is once again Axel Foley in Beverly Hills Cop Axel F. The last time he starred in the franchise was the 3rd movie back in 1994. Murphy's co-stars from the original films have returned as well, including John Ashton, Paul Reiser, Judge Reinhold. The film is going to be released this summer on Netflix. And Barbra Streisand will receive Lifetime Achievement honors at the 30th Screen Actors Guild Awards. The actress and singer is already an EGOT winner with her 2 Academy Awards, 4 Emmys, 10 Grammys, and a Tony. Fran Drescher, the president of SAG-AFTRA, called her an icon and an unparalleled talent. Streisand will receive the Lifetime Achievement Award on February 24th. Greta Gerwig was in the director's chair for the most successful movie of the year, and now she is getting ready to preside over a prestigious film festival. The Barbie director will be in charge of the jury at the 77th Cannes Film Festival next May. She'll be the first American female director to get the job. Gerwig says she is overwhelmed, enthusiastic, and touched by the honor. New Jersey commuters were startled after seeing a bull running on the tracks at a train station, and Adam Harding from our sister station in New York has a story.
Oh! Holy cow, it was just about the last thing riders expected to see on their morning commute. A wild bull loose on the tracks, horns and all, disrupting rail service for a short time between Newark and Penn Station.
This can't be happening in Jersey.
No need to steer clear any longer. The bull eventually hoofed it. Police quickly cornering the massive animal in a fenced-in parking lot miles away in nearby Elizabeth.
There was a bull over there, and all them cops with transit police or something was out here. And he was trapped inside there. They had to close the gate, and then he was trying to run out. And then every time he tried to come out, they was running, because, them horns.
Crochet Robinson thought about getting a closer look at the action, then decided, I'm good.
I was going, but, they kept coming, he kept coming, and everybody was moving back, and they said, you better move, because he's going to run. And I seen enough bulls to see that you can't get in their way.
Yeah, I know, that's right. Yeah.
I'm a nervous wreck. No, seriously, my nerves are real jittery now because I've never seen nothing like that. And the way that it just came about, I thought it was a bomb. You know what I mean? I thought
the way they was yelling.
Yeah, the way they was yelling. And it didn't sound like they were saying, watch out for the bull.
Police haven't said where the big guy escaped from, a slaughterhouse near where he was caught, offering us no comment. The bull was contained, nobody hurt. Here he is as he was hauled away to an animal sanctuary, putting an end to his daring adventure. Knowing now all this, what do you make of this day?
Crazy. It's crazy, but I'm glad that they got him, and I'm glad he's safe.
All right. Well, a bike is usually on a child's Christmas wish list, right? And Sweet Alice Harris is making it happen again. Parents of Watts, headed by Sweet Alice, gave away 350 new bikes, toys, and other fun items to children from 10 local schools Thursday morning. Even Santa, you saw him there for a second. He made an appearance. Sweet Alice says inflation is not going to stop their annual event. She says she is grateful to all the sponsors who pitch in. We spoke with her about her drive to keep helping people in need.
I come from a poor family. And living in the family, we could never have anything. And it would get big enough, we would sit out on the sidewalk and watch the other children, and we would be saying, that's a pretty bike. Them some skates, them some pretty skates. That looks nice, that looks nice. And one year I sat out there, and instead of talking how nice it looked, I went to crying. And I jumped up, I said, this will never, ever happen to me, my children.
Sweet Alice says she encourages all children to stay in school and get a college degree. Her organization not only gives the community bikes and food, but they help with clothing, job training, and other milestones like driving tests. And people in Idaho are getting a taste of what we love so much here in Southern California. The first InNOut opened Thursday in Idaho, and fans waited in line for up to 8 hours to get their hands on a double-double, fries. Some people even camped out overnight to be among the first in line, and a teacher posted on social media that he had a student miss class because that student, their family, they were in that InNOut drive-thru for the grand opening. We can always get news and weather updates on the NBCLA app and on our website, NBCLA.com, and be sure to tune in to Today in LA on NBC4. Weekdays from 4 to 7 a.m., that's where we bring you all of the day's headlines. Thanks for watching The Rundown.